Willie D Live.
What's up, family? I woke up to some bad news, and I thought rather than keeping that emotion to myself, I'm going to share it with y'all because I'm about to help somebody. Last night, I'm going through my phone. I'm getting ready to call a buddy of mine who I hadn't spoken with in a while, but I need to talk to him about something. So I make a note to myself to call him first thing in the morning because he's on the East Coast. And I'm thinking, it was around 11:30 that I thought about calling him. Sometimes I'll call people anyway, I don't care. You either answer or you don't, right? But I decided to be respectful and I did not call. I said I'm gonna call first thing in the morning. So I call and the phone goes straight to voicemail. And that's unusual for him because he's always on the horn. At the very least, you can, you call right back and then the phone will ring a few times, he'll pick up, right? But anyway, I started Googling, trying to see what he had been up to because he's a very popular documentary filmmaker, journalist, author. He used to be co-owner of a few magazines, right? And he also was the editor for Vibe magazine. Really cultural dude, right? Has made a major impact on hip hop culture and black culture in general. Y'all ever heard of Sasha Jenkins? Sasha Jenkins is one of those unsung dudes who be behind the scene. He kind of in front, but he's behind because he's always behind the camera. He's the guy interviewing the celebrity, right? But Sasha became a celebrity in his own right just by the volume of work he's put in and how good it was. You may not know his name, but I'm sure you know his work. You ever heard of a show called The Boondocks? Sasha was a writer on The Boondocks in season 1. Yeah. So from the onset, he was right there. To write on one of the greatest animated shows that's ever been created. He also did the 50 Cent documentary, 50 Cent, The Origin of Me. He's worked with, currently he was working with the Beastie Boys on their biography. I worked with him on this documentary series called Everything's Gonna Be All White. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. It was on Netflix and, they tried to go in and hit it with a bunch of negative reviews so people wouldn't watch it, but, it did numbers. So I guess you know where I'm going with this, right? I make the phone call today. The phone goes straight to voicemail. I call back because that's unusual. Sasha always answers his phone. So I figure I'll shoot him a text, but then I forgot to shoot the text and I just say I got distracted, and so I came back and I started looking up, let me see what Sasha is up to, what he's been up to. And I see this post, this RIP post on Instagram, and it blew my mind. And I was thinking damn, I just talked to Sasha, 3-4 months ago, right? I go back and check my text message. And the last time I talked to Sasha was May 2024. A whole damn year. That brings me to my point. Time flies, man. I was like, damn, where did that year go? It went where all the other years go, into the history books. Family, my point is, get your house in order, because you don't know when it's coming. One thing about death is that that's something that we all are going to experience. It don't matter if you're rich or poor, don't matter what your skin color is, don't matter what your background is, your education is, you're gonna die. And it's a discussion that needs to be had. I know, especially in the Black community, that's weird to many of us, but we're warming up to it. We're starting to really get into the idea of estate planning, right? You know, making that will, right? Because Sasha was just 54 years old. When I talked to him, well, anytime I actually talked to Sasha, he was always in good spirits, like always like, you know, ready to get something done, you know, to get work done, always going forward, working on something, mainly for the culture, you know, to improve the culture. He was really that dude for real. When I found out he died, the first thing that came to my mind was shock, immediately followed by how? He was 54 years old. Reportedly, he died from MSA, multiple system atrophy, which is a neurodegenerative disorder characterized by tremors, slow movement, and muscle rigidity. 54. And I had no idea. But he died on May 23rd. And so it just blew my mind. Sasha was married to Raquel Zepeda, who is also a well-known documentary filmmaker. I'm not sure if she's made any movies, but you know, she's been in the game a while. She's also a journalist and author. So, you know, they come from that family. In fact, Sasha's dad, Horace Jenkins, you know, did work on Sesame Street and other shows, and he's won Emmys. So it's all in the family in that regard. But yeah, fam, get your house in order, man, because you don't know. Like, man, when they say death comes like a thief in the night, ooh, man. But the way people, at least the people that I come up with in my generation, the way that they falling off, man, it's like death is not just coming like a thief in the night. It's coming like a thief in the morning, like a thief in the afternoon, and it's coming. And so we got to prepare. We got to get our house in order. I was watching an interview of Sasha at a film festival in Martha's Vineyard, and he was speaking about Rick James, whom he produced a documentary about called Bitching. Check it out, it's dope. Of Rick James, he said he had an influence, an impact that people didn't realize. So did you, homie. R.I.P. Sasha Jenkins. Your vision and voice will be greatly missed, man. No more talk.